Mr. Beast, are you watching? I had a good idea for a video. 10 people, okay, you line them up side by side by side by side, and then about, I'm going to say 100 meters behind them, you have like a line laser beam that moves forward at like a meter a second. That seems pretty realistic to me, a meter per second. They have to walk straight ahead. The last person that has not been touched by the laser gets $500,000. The laser doesn't like cut them. It just like it triggers when when the laser gets broken by their body, they're out. 1 meter per second is fast. What is that? It's 1,000 seconds per kilometer, 15 minutes per kilometer. No, not fast. Substantially lower than the average walking speed. Wait, maybe not. 15 minutes per kilometer, 4K. No, yeah, that seems about right to me. Walking speed is 5 to 6 meters per second. Really? 6 meters per second to kilometers per hour. 21 kilometers an hour? Yeah, maybe if you're like a fucking maybe if you're Justin Gatlin or something like that. Holy cow, man. That's insane. It's like a 14-minute 5K, man. That's crazy. I did a 9-minute 5K on a bike. Honestly, if I may be real with you, that's still fast as fuck on a bike. I said this in the Discord and got +2s, and I'm fully prepared to get -2s on Twitch, and thus illuminate for me the difference between the Twitch audience and the Discord chatters. Yesterday, by the way, we were still not late because I leave early for this exact reason in case this happens. I was driving my daughter to school yesterday, got stuck behind a cyclist that was doing 14 kilometers an hour and not visibly exerting themselves. And I put my foot down in the Discord chat. I said, they're the asshole in this situation. No, I did not. I didn't run them off the road. I didn't honk. But I had to stay behind them for like 7, 8 blocks until eventually there was a gap on the left side where I could cross the solid line and get in front of them and then start doing like the speed that I had to do to get on with my day, to be honest with you. I think you don't have to do the speed limit if you're a cyclist. That's fine. If a road is 50 kilometers an hour, I don't expect you to be cycling at 50 kilometers an hour. That's insane. But if you're going half the speed limit, I better see you sweating. I better see you showing some conscientiousness and being like, I feel bad that I'm slowing things down. I gotta get the lead out. But she was having like an Emily in Paris moment, man. You could tell, like, and also noise-canceling headphones on public roads. Great idea. You could tell as she's like, when I wake up in the morning, love, and the sunlight hurts my eyes. Like, she was in her own world, man. It was like, lady, it's 10 past 8 in the morning. Like, this is heavy metal time. This is thrash metal time. This is, who made you, God to say, I'll take your life from you. Flash before my eyes. Now get out of the way! She got the vibe all wrong, man. Also, it pisses me off because we have lots of like separated bike lanes in Vancouver, and we also have many greenways that allow you to travel north, south, east, west, etc., without having to actually interact with traffic at all, which is better both for the cyclists and for the drivers and for the pedestrians, to be honest with you. Yeah, okay, so I see what you're saying here. I honked at a cyclist who kept bopping in and out of the bike lane in front of me, and she looked at me like I was the crazy one. See, that's true, because as a cyclist myself, when you're out on the road, 99% of the time you're like, whatever I do, it's legal and moral because I'm the cyclist. And even if a driver is following the rules, they're the bad person because they're driving a 2-ton hunk of metal. But that flies out the window when a cyclist sees a pedestrian. It's like when you're white in Japan and you see another white guy, and like the whole time you've been on vacation, you're like, damn, I'm on my last samurai shit right now. I'm the only white guy in Tokyo. Then you see another weird white guy in Tokyo and you go, what the fuck? What the fuck? And you like don't make eye contact with them. You just pretend you don't see them. And they pretend that they don't see you. That's how it is when a cyclist sees a pedestrian. When a cyclist wants to take a turn at speed, but a pedestrian is crossing the street and pedestrians always have the right of way. Fuck! Who's got the gif of like the green glorp smacking the table? It's like a really wide, it's a wide gif. You know the one I'm talking about? Yeah, maybe like glorp shit. There you go. I'll put it on BTTV. That's pretty good. That's the one. Glorp shit, man. Glorp shit. I think that's pretty good, man. Fucking thing sucks. I don't understand your motorcycle question, but it blew my mind when Zach in the Discord asked, in other parts of the world, do people move over for motorcyclists, or is that just California? That blew me away. And then everyone was like, that's just California. And I was like, I don't even really understand the question. What do you mean you move over for motorcycles? Not lane splitting is like the motorcycle goes between the vehicles. We make space in the middle to make filtering the lane easier. If it's a 2-lane road and you're in the left lane, you move closer to the left edge and the right drivers move closer to the right edge so the motorcyclist can fit up the middle. I mean, I'll be honest, in a perfect world where everybody is like a computer, that sounds good because the drivers lose nothing and the motorcyclists get to travel more efficiently. But that's just too much shit to worry about. Well, you already got to worry about so much shit while you're driving, man. I don't know if I could be held responsible for that. That seems crazy. NA egos are too big? I don't think that's the case because California's in North America last time I heard. But today, this is why I personally believe that the right thing to do is always to let someone in traffic if you have the means to let them in. It's not your role to be the traffic police and be like, you haven't done your time in that lane yet. You don't get to come into my lane. You don't know what they're doing, where they're going, what the rush is, if there's even a rush, but also it's none of your business. But secondly, encountered that situation today. I was in the right lane because I needed to turn right in like a block and a half. The dude in front of me kept trying to go into the left lane, but nobody was letting him in because they're like, you haven't served your time yet. You haven't been in the left lane. Okay, maybe the next guy will let you in. Okay, no big deal for them. But now the right lane is backed up because not a single person in the left lane is willing to brake for 2 seconds to let the person in. So this lane that has wide open space in front of the guy trying to make it over can't move because everyone else is like, I get to go first. I get to go first. You're not cutting off one person. You're cutting off like 20 people every time you drive by. It's insane. Let him in, man. Just let him in. I'm honestly, I'm on my Jean-Clement Baptiste shit, and it's kind of embarrassing. But whenever I see someone trying to like turn right out of a grocery store and nobody's letting them in, I'm like, please, please let the flow of traffic find me in a fortuitous position to be the gracious motherfucker who goes on the brakes and gives them a little hand wave and they give me a hand wave and I say, you don't need to give me a hand wave. I'm just doing what's best for society. I don't know what's wrong with all these other people. I guess they're just not as nice as me. Go ahead, go. They did, Chiblee. They did it. The dirty Dems did it. They leaked my DMs, Chiblee. They leaked them. Who does it? Who does that? What kind of a person does that? They leaked my DMs, Chiblee. They let me on the roof, Chiblee. They made a mistake. They left the maintenance door unlocked, Chiblee. They let me on the roof. You okay? Yeah, I'm chilling. Sometimes a dude just needs to make noises, man. It is so funny to me. It is the same vibe as that tweet that's like, comedians are the modern day philosophers. Oh, really? And then it's the video of Chris Farley at an ice hockey game just going insane and falling on the ice over and over while the audience laughs their asses off. That's how I feel whenever I see someone say like, oh, NL, he's just so serious these days. She takes himself so seriously, so holier than thou. And then the stream starts with Warren D. Zevon be like, how you gonna make your way in the world when you ain't cut out for twerking? Who you trying to grab with the waiver wire this week? I picked someone up. I think I picked up, it doesn't go through till Wednesday, but I think I picked up the Chargers third string wide receiver. I can't remember his name right now. But I will say I'm fielding a lot of trade requests. And the trade requests that I received were not disrespectful. They weren't as disrespectful as the trade request I received last week. But I'm just letting you know, if you're in a fantasy football league with me, I will not be listening to trade requests after week 1 because it's just cooler heads have to prevail. It's a 17-week season. Everybody's like, on my squad at least, everybody's like bottoming out in terms of their sentiment right now. Like nobody on my team outperformed. So they're trying to, people are really like, you want to pick up Jahmyr Gibbs? Can I trade you someone for Jahmyr Gibbs? No, man, Gibbs, there's a guaranteed progression to the meme coming up. Who's your QB? My Peloton league is fucked up. My QBs are CJ Stroud, Bryce Young, and Cam Ward. That's a disaster. That's really bad after week 1. In the Apollo Podcast League, I have Mahomes and Caleb Williams, which is actually fine. Is actually, even though the Bears lost and the Chiefs lost, they both performed roughly at expectations, which I can't be mad about. I can't be upset about that. I'm very upset about Jahmyr Gibbs putting up like, I don't even know, 10 receptions for 31 yards. That's insulting. I'm very upset about Kenneth Walker touching the ball 12 times for 23 yards total. Like, this is embarrassing, but we'll get through it. We'll figure something out. Ben Johnson left. Lions aren't going to be the same. Yeah, but did you see the Bears? Oh, Audi originates from what country? I'm going to say Germany. That is Kate Hudson and Michael Fassbender. And I got to be honest with you, normally I might waffle a little bit. I might be like, I wonder who this is. It really looks like, but ever since, and this is real and it's embarrassing, ever since the Marcel Dion, HC Justin shit, I feel the need to plant my fucking flag in the ground. And just as soon as I get it, boom, lock it in. Because I need to face smog you every day until you break. Until you break and you yield and you surrender and you say, you're better at faces than me. Okay, HC Justin looks like Marcel Dion. This is the way it's going to go now. We're going to demoralize you. Anytime you match me, we crank up the intensity. Anytime you back off, we hold the cranked up intensity until you yield, until you admit I'm better than you at the faces. And then you'll be ready to admit that Marcel Dion at Justin's age looked like Justin. Along with being the lead singer of Chicago, I don't know, your name is maybe Don Henley? Don, what is your name? I thought it was Don something. Peter Cetera. No, not even close, man. Henley's the Eagles. Yeah, but like the Eagles might be from Chicago. Obviously, they're not from California. Otherwise, they wouldn't have needed a hotel there, right? They're from Philly. I love when you have brother at the end, like people who are not from Philadelphia grow up hearing that shit like 8 times a year at family events. Yeah. In rural Ontario, we were always like, yeah, the Eagles. That's my favorite band from Philadelphia. What are you talking about, man? By the way, you know what? He says you can check out anytime, but you can never leave. He's literally got it backwards. I don't know if you guys have ever stayed in a hotel, like not with your parents. You literally don't even have to check out. And you can always leave. Literally, I don't think I've checked out of a hotel in like 15 years. As long as you're out of the hotel by like 11 a.m., you're good to go, man. Checking out is so easy. You just drop the key. I don't even drop the key, man. I leave the key on the dresser in the hotel. I don't know why I'm getting hit with like a bunch of question marks. No bill review? There's never anything to bill, bro. Pay-per-view hasn't existed for like 28 years. You aren't tipping? We're tipping cash on top of the key in the room, man. I don't know. Again, this is one of those things I have to steel myself. I have to remind myself I'm arguing with 15-year-old kids on the internet who their entire model for how to leave a hotel is based on their 52-year-old mom who always goes up and goes over the bill review because she has to be fiscally responsible. And we didn't pay for that. My kids opened the mini bar. They took the Pringles out, but they didn't eat the Pringles. They put them right back in. So you tell your censor we didn't eat those Pringles. I understand that. But in the millennial world, you just walk the fuck out, man. You literally just walk out. It works every time. There's never been an issue. Why are you tipping the hotel? You're not tipping your housekeeper? The person that's cleaning your shit up like every day? You're not giving them a little bit of money on the way out? No. Oh my God, you're evil. I didn't know you were evil. Holy cow, man. They get paid? Yeah, they get paid like $9 an hour to deal with your bodily fluids, bro. You're supposed to leave a tip. Not in Europe? Well, I'm not fucking in Europe. I'm at the residence suites in Orlando, Florida, bitch. They're not treating them nicely over there. You got to make up the slack. That's on you. And that's why I leave the tip, man. That's why I leave the tip too. I'm spiritually neutral on that. I was paid a spiritual dividend and I incurred a spiritual cost and it leveled out. They canceled out on the ledger. What percent is a good tip for a night? You don't tip percent in a hotel because that's how you get into trouble. Like if you're staying at the Four Seasons, you can't be dropping them like, 5 Robert Bordens on your last day and be like, that's 10%, You gotta give them like maybe, depends where you're at, maybe like 20 a day that they cleaned. Like if you're getting service every day, 20 a day seems about right to me. If you're getting service once or twice, maybe 20 total. 5 a day? I don't think so, man. I don't think so. They're scrubbing the toilet. They're pulling pubes out of the drain, man. 5 a day? You might be evil. You might be an evil person. Not evil. That's too far. Not as virtuous as me, though. Clearly not as virtuous as me. How messy you leave in the bathroom? Wouldn't you know it? Seems like it's always spotless. Not everyone's wealthy. Okay, but now you're making me a bad person for tipping. How is that? Like, okay, I see what you're saying. Because we've gotten to the point where it's like, if someone has more money than you, they're evil. But if they then give that money to people who have less money than you, how is that still evil? That's not evil. That's good, man. That's a good thing. You swallowed the heuristic. You've inverted the causal and the correlational relationship, man. You're saying everyone should tip like you? Well, you have to decide what's appropriate for yourself. Not everybody's the type of beast like me that lets someone turning right out of the grocery store into the lane, even though I could have easily just gone straight. Yeah, because you work from home, so it doesn't matter when you fucking show up. Here we go. Rules for me and not for thee. Why this whole time I've been staring at Chad this whole time and nobody spoiled connections for me. I could have easily been digesting passively what the solution to connections is and then just mog you by going beep, 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 beep. Wow, look at that. I'm smarter than you. But instead, nobody typed it at all. Things with a hard outer shell. Hard taco, snail, M&M, and an egg. They want you to think snail and slug are together. Overall, all done, all through, all complete. Oh my God, it's just synonyms for finished. Wait. Whatever, man. I mean, I was, oh my God, I got it. Okay, if I may, this was luck. Let's just start right there. Swig is pissing me off. Because these, one thing not being something I associate with the category is one thing. 2 things not being what I would associate. And in fact, shot is even like, you wouldn't give someone a bottle of soda and be like, want a shot? Like, that doesn't make sense. Want a slug? Want a belt? Like, these are not real, man. I bet this is $11.99. Wow, that's insane. A Pop-Tart is less than 50 cents, y'all. Take a look. $9.49. Why'd you think it was 50 cents? Because 50 cents can't buy you, like, anything? Oh, you're right. These are bites. These are not regular Pop-Tarts. 24 packs of zero nutrition. You know the rules. Chat, what am I going to ask them? Post your abs. I legally can't say post a picture with your shirt out, but I can say you got to post your abs, you got to post your mile time, or you have to post your blood work. You have to post a full workup of your blood. Those are your options, okay? So people say you don't have to have abs to be healthy. That's why we're asking for your blood work. I agree with you, but you don't get to, I know in a lot of parts of the internet, you get to say something like that and they go, damn, he said you don't have to have abs to be healthy. He must therefore be healthy. Here, we make you prove it. We make you prove it by posting your blood work. Not your blood worth. That's a different thing. I'm not getting involved in that discourse. And actually, to be fair, the blood work is actually the easy one because I think you could be a little melted and still have like good blood work. Especially if you're young, like even if your lifestyle's kind of fucked up. I remember going to see the doctor in Korea and I was like, "Oh no, he's going to know that my lifestyle's fucked up when he sees my blood work." Bro was like, "Everything looks normal." I was like, "Damn. I need a new doctor." this This guy doesn't know what the hell he's talking about, man. Higher rating? This is fucking impossible, man. Gone Girl's really good. Batman Begins is like really glazed. I'm gonna say Gone Girl. Gone Girl's at 8.1 versus 8.2. The consequences of superhero franchise films have been a catastrophe for Western civilization, bro. Batman Begins is good. Gone Girl's really good though. Batman Begins is not a superhero movie. Never changed, DL Guiga. Never changed. It is a superhero movie. It has Batman in it. You ever do that one? It's hard being Ra's al Ghul when your favorite pupil turns into Batman. I try to be the chill villain. It could totally work, man. We can get Liam. That could be the SNL season premiere digital short. Chappell Roan as the musical guest singing a Batman Begins themed casual, but it's called Ra's al Ghul. Knee deep in the passenger seat, parentheses of the Batmobile. They have to change some of the lyrics because Batman doesn't do that shit, is what I heard back when I was a soldier in the culture war. A good, yes, sir! Sir, yes, sir! Can I tell you, by the way, I'm the last person I thought would say this. I'm kind of vibing with Skinny Rock. I'm not talking about crystal meth. I can see how you would make that mistake. See, I saw the first photo of Skinny Rock and I said, I'm not sure about this. I saw another photo of Skinny Rock with like he had like a sport coat, like a suit jacket and no shirt on. And I was like, damn, I think I might be fucking with Skinny Rock. I think he might be like, he might be beating the odds, man. He might be beating the allegations. Could he go on Hot Ones maybe now and not be talking about the chicken wings are too bad for his no cheat day diet? Because like dudes who be looking like that can take 10 chicken wings to the face. I say it from experience. Diaguia, you're trolling. Gone Girl has origin stories, secret identity, superhuman abilities, a literal villain and hero. What supernatural or superhero abilities does Rosamund Pike have in Gone Girl? She kills Neil Patrick Harris with broken glass. That's not superhero. That's very that's human, man. Superhero planning? What are you talking about? It all goes wrong, man. She goes to that motel and gets all of her shit stolen by the crackheads. That's not superhuman planning. That's bad planning. I'm so lucky that I read the book, so I remember more than I would have remembered if I only saw the movie. I will say, I'm like, the thing I'll say about Ben Affleck, I like him because he seems like a real person. His image doesn't seem curated at all. Like, in even numbered years and odd numbered years, he changes into a different person every single time. I find him like he's a very interesting individual. Also, the candid videos of him looking completely exasperated with Jennifer Lopez is so good. But it's fucking crazy that he wouldn't wear the Yankees hat in Gone Girl and they shut down production for like, what was it, like 2 days or something like that? And then eventually they settled, like you can wear a Mets hat. You can't wear a Red Sox hat, but you can wear a Mets hat. That's crazy. Yeah, it's made up, Ben. You are not playing Ben Affleck. You're playing whatever the dude's name is. It's okay. He's a Red Sox fan. Get over it, man. If David Fincher wants me in his movie, I'll wear a Calgary Flames hat. What the fuck do I care, man? I'll talk like this. I'll talk like, I'm just gonna fucking go for it. What are you fucking talking about, you fucking goof? Like, I'll start talking like that if David Fincher thinks it'll serve the story. I'll wear whatever the fuck I got or whatever the script calls for. If he thinks I'm the right man for the job, I'll be your muse, bro. You're not Chile. You're gonna piss me off. Ah, shit. You like Burkina Faso? No, you might be like Togo or Benin. Oh, because there's like 4 countries in Western Africa that are all like lined up, kind of like bowling pins. There's Togo, Benin, Ivory Coast. Yeah, exactly. 1999, Warner Brothers. 1999, Warner Brothers. Pre-Superman Returns, post-Batman and Robin, starring Rika Matsumoto. So animated, a film from 1999 is animated. And it was big. It was a big movie. It's Pokemon the movie. That would explain why I was confused. But I did see this in theaters. Kind of crazy. It really opened to 50 million and exited theaters with 85 domestic. Did you get the promo card? Probably. I probably bent the shit out of it, shoved it in my bike spokes, and then lost it. And so, or like maybe went to college, and my mom said, "What do you want me to do with all this stuff?" And I said, "Just fucking throw it out, Mom. Who cares, idiot?" The way God intended. I did not put that shit on cold storage or whatever. I put it in my bike so that it sounded a little bit like a motorcycle when I was pedaling. It's now worth 5 million. Buddy, if I knew the future, I would not be sweating 5 million at all. You would never know who I am. I would be gone. I wouldn't be buying Mewtwo Hollows. I'd be buying Monster Energy stock right off the IPO, okay? Denzel, 99. Angelina Jolie, Along Came a Spider. The Bone Collector. He collects the bones. He wants to have you in his taxi. He wants to have you in his taxi where the locks are made of bones. I remember that. I'll always like it because I saw it at like I don't know how to say this without you acting like it's weird when it's totally normal. I saw it at a boy-girl birthday party in like the 8th grade. And like when you're like 5, every birthday party is like a boy-girl birthday party, but then they take like 6 or 7 years off. And then the boys and girls come back together for the birthday parties around middle school, maybe the end of middle school, early high school. This was one of the movies I saw at one of the first times that the boys and the girls were opening up the comms again. So I'll always like The Bone Collector. I'll always like the absolutely horrendous Catherine Zeta-Jones movie, The Haunting. 13 Ghosts for sure. Such a funny choice for a party. I don't know if are people not doing that anymore? Are 12-year-olds not throwing mixed gender birthday parties and then watching a shitty horror movie? That seems like a tween age rite of passage, man. It was pretty violent. Yeah, we were 12. We're in 6. You're 12. It's no big deal, man. We were playing Grand Theft Auto Vice City. They watch good horror movies now? Okay, well, check your privilege. We didn't have that shit when I was a kid. We didn't have elevated horror. We didn't have It Follows. We didn't have Ari Aster. Okay, we didn't have the fucking Babadook. We had 13 Ghosts. We had the Resident Evil movie. We had Darkness Falls. What if the Tooth Fairy was fucking evil? That's what we had, okay? We had we had Scary Movie. We had Scary Movie and John Carpenter's Ghosts of Mars, and that's it. Sony Pictures Mila Jovovich, that's... You're going to laugh at me? You're going to say it's Resident Evil. It's not Resident Evil. This is too early for Resident Evil 1. That came out when I was in the 7th grade, which was 2000 to 2001. So, and it's after The Fifth Element. So what is it? A history movie. I Fear Nothing. Is Joan of Arc? I Fear Nothing, for God is with me. The Messenger, the story of Joan of Arc. The number of guesses you would have made and gotten pissed off at. You would have said The Fifth Element. You would have said Resident Evil. Then your Gen Z ass probably would have said Resident Evil Revelations, the second one. That shit didn't come out till like 05, bro. Anyway, 20th Century Fox. Susan Sarandon, stepmom, bitch. Fuck you. Drama, comedy, romance. A story of a mother who knows best and a daughter who knows better. Tim Robbins? Natalie, isn't this... I can picture the poster. It's not stepmom. It's a heart. Where the heart is. Where the heart is. And it's like a baby blue background, and they're like kind of embracing and laughing on the cover. Oh, Hart Beckner. Single mother Adele August is bad with money and they're straight-laced. I don't know this. Anywhere but here! It's the worst it's ever felt because my brain knew the picture. My brain knew the picture. You know what I was thinking? I wrote this in my notes app, but I haven't flushed out the joke yet. But the older I get, the more my text messages, the text messages that I send, start to resemble like letters that people wrote each other in the 1800s. Like when I was 22, every text message I said was like, hey, what's up? What are you up to? Now every text message is like, Matthew, comma, new line. Been so long time no see. Wow, so great to hear from you. I was just thinking about you the other day when we were down at the playground. Crazy to think that James is already 7. Where does the time go? Like, your message did find me well. Thank you very much. Earlier this year, we were blah, 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 blah. Like, it's crazy, man. That's wholesome. I don't think this is true. Apollo, it'll happen. Because like when people get older, they get busier. And then instead of like people that you normally texted like once a month, you text them like once every 8 months or something like that. So every text has to start with like an explanation of why you haven't like, or at least an acknowledgement of how sad it is that you haven't kept in touch. You have to be like, it's crazy how time slips away from you. You know how it is. And the crazy thing is they do know how it is, man. I'm literally an uncle, though. That doesn't mean shit. Some uncles do nothing. No disrespect. You're going to say some dads do nothing, but like way more dads are involved than uncles. Some uncles are the uncle who stepped up, don't get me wrong, but some uncles are like, you know, play catch for like an hour on Thanksgiving or whatever, which is fine, man. You didn't have the kid. It's not your kid.
Classical, a adjective meaning stand.
I held my nephew for my brother's wedding. Parents, look at what they do to mimic a fraction of our power.
Sonar.
That would be fucking sweet if your nephew was like 28. My sister and her 4 kids live in my house. That's fucked up. That's crazy. You're a hero. That's insane. 4 kids? Your sister and her 4 kids live in your house? So that's pizza. Unlike traditional pizzas. Okay, this is United States pizza. Trenton tomato pie. 86%. Apollo, I don't know how much FoodGuessr you've seen. People are so disingenuous. I crash out every time I do this. Every single time I play FoodGuessr, I go, what the fuck do you mean 14% of people are like, I want to eat that pizza? What's wrong with you, man? What's wrong? It looks good. It could be anti-American bias. There's a part of that. I could see 3 of this 14% being like, that's not real pizza from Italy or whatever. Now that looks pretty gross. I'll give you that one. Weirdly enough, I almost feel like we go like in the Low Countries here, like a little Belgium action. Maybe that's a Portugal borders. Okay, maybe that's a Spain. Well, if it's from Spain, it's probably tasty. But I do have to. Here's the thing: you're gonna say you said it looks disgusting. So why are you yumming it? Because lots of things that look disgusting taste good, and I love anything is bread. And this is bread. I would eat it. I would try it. Recognizable by its soft, chewy texture. It's gum. It's gum from, I'm going to say gum was invented in the UK. Ice cold. I'm going to say gum is from Australia. Also, you're right. The dude's name is Samuel Wiki. That's really good. I mean, it's sugar, chewy sugar. I bet it's yummable. Don't get me wrong. I will say, so I was going to say something insane, like all candy tastes good. But when we were in Norway, I said, you know what? I'm like 10 years older than I was the last time I had black licorice. The 100 million people who collectively live in Northern Europe, I'm not trying to mog you. I'm just, a fact is a fact. They can't all be crazy. They can't all be crazy. So I bought some Norwegian black licorice and I ate one piece and I went, it's even worse. It's even worse than it was when I was 25. It's so bad, man. It is disgusting. It tastes like eating like shoe polish or like something you use to make your hardwood floors shiny. It's so bad. And I like aggressive flavors, but it's like, it's horrible, man. Is it not sweet? It's not sweet at all. If there's a little bit of sweetness, it's like it's under layers and layers of varnish. You like root beer? Yeah, man. There's like 70 grams of sugar in a can of root beer. Of course I like root beer. I like Sambuca. I like Ouzo. I like Jägermeister. I like anise. Like, I like the flavor of anise. The black licorice in Northern Europe is just too far, man. It's too far. Just put the pickled fish in the bag. I'll eat it. If you put the pickled fish in the bag, I'll eat it. But take the black licorice out. You can have that. Save that for yourself. Also, why is a pint of Coke Zero like €8? It's the sugar tax. What sugar, bitch? What fucking sugar? And the UK, cut your pizzas, okay? And stop charging people to use the bathroom. He's burning his full meter. Curry in a cup with a pint. Pie, chips, peas, and gravy with a pint. It's hard to tell how big the cup is, man, but I think crinkle cut fries feel very disingenuous to the UK for me. You can't be calling those chips anymore, man, if they're crinkle cut. I think we gotta, fuck you. Most UK back of the head I've ever seen. I wasn't gonna say it. According to ready.gov, the Eastern Pacific starts earliest of all U.S. hurricane seasons in the middle of what month? I'm going to say it starts in the middle of March. The highest number of tornadoes happen in what cuspy month? Like June, as the air heats up, it's on the cusp of spring and summer. The highest known land speed attained in Indianapolis. I don't know when the Indianapolis 500 is, bro. June? I typed June before. I typed June twice. What was the first name of JFK's mom? Rosemary. Rose. Oh, you're going to give me my points tomorrow. You're going to give me my points tomorrow. You're going to give me my points tomorrow. Soda water, lemonade, Angostura bitters, lemon and ice go together to make the Irish South African concoction known as a rock shandy. Well. Lemonade's always in a shandy, man. That's all you need to know. That's fruit juice. That's a rattler, bitch. You ain't a real drinker. You ain't a real low ABV drinker. Sort these animals at the maximum speed they're known to be able to reach, starting with the fastest. Ostrich and a horse faster than a person. Geese are faster at flying than humans are at walking, for sure. I think they're probably faster at flying than horses are at running. Whales are deceptive, I think, because whales are obviously, they travel really long distances, but they're so big, they don't have the perception of being a fast animal. Marlins, I mean, they put that bitch in Donkey Kong Country, man. The thing is, though, it has to be, I almost just default to the idea that something traveling through the air is always going to be faster than something traveling through the water, because the water is a much thicker medium. I think geese are the ones that are going to be a surprise here. I bet a goose can go fast as fuck, man. I bet a goose is faster than an ostrich. Marlin. Horse, marlin, whale, human. Marlin above ostrich and horse. Okay, I'll live with that. Anytime you get it in two, that's big. Everybody in chat thought you were crazy for putting goose first. Have you ever looked up, bro? They fly from the Arctic Circle to Florida in a week. That's crazy. Who's saying reunited and it feels so good? It's Peaches and Herb, but you got to get over it, okay?
We're happy with every roll. We're getting disproportionately lucky for sure, and it feels so good. Disproportionately lucky like I thought it would. It's one of those songs, reunited and it feels so good. I could not tell you who that's by. It's not Usher. I'll tell you that much. With almost 100% confidence, I know that it is not Usher. I don't think that it's Plastic Bertrand. I'm pretty sure that's not a G.G. Allen track, but I may be mistaken. So, you know what? If I had to guess for real, I'd guess the Carpenters. Let me just... Okay. But is that sung by a man or a woman? Hold up. Reunited, and it feels so good. It's a song by Peaches and Herb. Or Peaches and Herb. Look, in different parts of the world, you pronounce herb differently. Some people say herb, some people say herb. It's not right or wrong. It's just, it's a regional difference in dialect. I had no idea that song was by Peaches and fucking Herb. Well, you know what? Now if that ever shows up on Rock and Roll Jeopardy, I got it. We got to put it in our brain, though. Why Peaches and Herb? Because you know what's a great reunion? Peaches and cream. You know what would make it even better? If you threw some basil in there. So you got peaches and herb and cream. Peaches and herb. That might sound stupid, but in 6 weeks, when you ask me who sang Reunited and It Feels So Good, I'm going to say to you Peaches and Herb. It might take me a second to run through the memory bank, but you'll know it when we get there. Don't question my memory. That's the one thing that's unassailable on YouTube is my memory. Even people are like, northernlion's an idiot. They at least add, but he's got a pretty good memory. Somehow he remembers 80% of Twista's verse from Slow Jams featuring Kanye West and Jamie Foxx. Got you looking at the gliss on my hands and wrists? While I'm laying back smoking on my cannabis, when it comes to rocking the rhythm like Marvin and Luther, I can tell you ain't no messing with Con Man and Twist. From the Cheyenne, I be sipping Hennessy, listen R&B, sipping on a, smoking a bee. See, that's like 80%. Then he says, put my earth in the wind, smoking fire. Let me get your sheets wet, listening to Keith sweat. Put you in a daze with maze, fulfilling your every temptation, slow jamming, having deep sex. And then it gets a little confusing. He's like, you're ready for the world, girl? Come on over me, be I touch on my love, my baby, don't say no to me. And you know that I be loving the way you be controlling me and holding me while I be listening to Jodeci, something like that. But then, of course, after that, he goes, and when I come over and bend your ass, you'll be bumping Teddy Pendergrass. I done hit it from the back to the melody of Roll It Slow, but now I've got to get up in it fast. But I'm a finish last, no matter how much of a thug you see. I still spit it like it's R&B. Come to the club with me, and when some Luther come on, I hope you're feeling me and still gonna be in love with me. So don't question the memory. Who sang Reunited and It Feels So Good? Peaches and Herb. Now you'll never forget. I've given you that golden gift. Never say I haven't done anything for you.
I've been knocking the question out of the... One time I said in an Isaac episode, I was like, I wonder who sang that song. This was probably 2013. I looked it up in the video and I said, I'll never forget it. I get asked it at least once every 3 months in the intervening 12, 13 years since then. We got to let it go. It's locked up there. We're now at the point where it's embarrassing that you're still asking. Because that means you're an old head. You've been around for a long time. We got to diversify the interests a little bit. I mean, I've been watching me for that long, but I don't really have a choice. My eyes are in my own head. You know what I mean? I watch your shit to fall asleep every night. Happy dreams. That reminds me, I had a fucked up dream last night. I dreamed I was playing in a hockey tournament as a shooter, and it was a 3-on-3 hockey tournament. The team we were playing against ran no defense. No defense. So it was just me and my two boys up taking shots at their goalie, okay? And then the three dudes on their team were all like hovering at our goalie, like waiting to cherry pick a goal, right? So we just kept peppering the goalie, and eventually you're going to sneak a couple by, obviously. And then I was trash talking them. I was like, that's why you play defense. That's why you don't leave your goalie out to dry. And then I guess I was in school or something like that because my teacher gave me detention and then wrote me like a very strongly worded letter that was like, it was like juvenile and beneath you to insult your opponents and classmates like that. And when I got the letter, I was pressed. I was like, they insulted us by not playing the game the way it's meant to be played in the first place. Like they made a mockery out of this pursuit. So I was like double pissed. I was pissed at the other team and I was pissed at my teacher. What do you think? Was I in the right? No! Do Canadians dream of hockey? Silence American. At least we still have dreams. I mean, there was, of all the directions I could have gone with that one, that was actually one of the most merciful. So, to be fair, Canadians dreaming of hockey is funny. Why? Because you know one thing about us and think like humor is in, the essence of humor is recognizing something. And you're like, I recognize that. Honestly, you would be luckier to be Canadian because then we would know less about you. Right now, I feel like it's my own level of self-control, which occasionally I loosen my grip on the reins, but it's my own level of self-control that's keeping me from tearing into you and everything your country stands for at present, okay? It's just the respect that I have for Lin-Manuel Miranda is keeping the rhetoric at bay. If it weren't for Lin-Manuel Miranda, you would be in a lot of hurt right now. You would be in a world of hurt. My ass voted Kamala. Kamala. I dropped a Kamala joke in the Fantasy Football League, but people were not fucking with it. Sleeper gave me a 1% chance to win, even though I had no players who had any games left to go, and I was down by 40 points. And I wrote in the chat, they're giving me 1% chance to win after all the votes have been counted. They really think I'm Kamala. And then everyone just kind of hit me with a... I didn't mean it like that. I was just kind of making a reference, I guess. I was just kind of making a joke. They hit me with the Labubu stare. This was not the dad's league, by the way. People are like, you got to change schools. I would not drop that in the dad's league. This is a league of people from my own Discord, so there's nowhere for them to go. They're there. They all found each other because of me, so it's their own fault. If they have a problem with me, then like it's your fault for being there in the first place. I wouldn't drop that shit in the dad's chat. I would just say, damn, kind of a rough week. GG, we go again. Something like that. That's 147 degree angle. 153. Boy, ice, lava, hot. Yes. 152. Yes. 1976 establishments in England. It's a post-punk group from England that was political. They're quartets. They're new wave group. I mean, the easy play would be the Sex Pistols, but it doesn't say industry plants on here. And also the Sex Pistols are not new wave. I think post-punk. You think like Gang of Four, Mission of Burma, punk rock groups from London. So not the Dead Kennedys. English new wave, like the Human League. English buskers. The Simple Minds, the English Beat, post-punk. I mean, I gotta go with I gotta go Sex Pistols just because it's the most. Oh my God! It's obviously the Clash. It's obviously the fucking Clash. Oh my God! Of course it's the Clash. Jesus Christ, man! Chimpanzees in space. This is not Laika. This is a non-human primate astronaut of the American space program. What's a good name for a space chimpanzee? I mean, Dunstan. How about like Mickey? Ham. They named him after meat. That's fucked up, man. That's messed up, dude. They put him in like a shirt and shorts and everything, man. He died in 1983. Oh, that dude made it back, man. He made it back. Never mind. They did not just shoot him into space and then go, like when does he come back? What do you mean back? They brought him back. That's sick, man. Liking when head of state becomes centrist. Head means we're going to take like we're going to take the first 5 letters of something. Is of liking? Let's check out the fodder. The fodder is state. Oh, well, what the hell's the indicator then? I just want to type taste, man. Just this. Okay, I don't even really get it, but obviously, they basically said turn this into another word. Taste is liking, I guess. So there's a synonym for that. First letter becomes the center. When the head of the state becomes the center. Literally, the head of state became the center. Okay. Bandle been on a generational run of spotlighting the worst songs ever made. Let's keep it going. 2016, 1.8 billion views. The future's looking bright. This sounds like Closer. Not the 9 Inch Nails Closer. Really? I thought it was totally in the backseat of your Rover. I got that Stone Cold's music. I have absolutely no idea. Now that's yeah. No, there's something in there. And I saw get go, and I saw get go, and I get the ghost, and I get the ghost, and I get the ghost, and I can't go home, and yeah. I think I'm gonna know it. I know it, but I have no idea what any of the words are or what the name is. Tell me you won't release. Don't come? Say you won't let go? Say you won't let go. There you go. Say you won't let go. We nailed it. I've heard this. Probably heard it 25 times if I had to guess. And I have never has any of the content of the song stuck in my brain. You're no Peaches and Herb, let's put it that way. Also, 1.8 billion views. We are surrounded by people who are not real. You ever realize that, Apollo? We are surrounded by fake people. People that would like hear this song and be like, I'm going to go watch that on YouTube. Wow. Are all the comments like, wow, I heard this in Trader Joe's. So happy I finally found it. That seems crazy to me. Anyone still watching this in 2024? I was thinking about that. I'm starting to see some people that are nostalgic for lockdown. And I'm like, I was trying to do the math of how old you have to be able to feel nostalgia for something that's 5 years ago. I'm not even talking about the fact that it was like bad, but like 5 years ago for me does not enter nostalgia territory. That's like the modern day. I was the same motherfucker, man. But if you're 21, yeah, I could see it. I could see, because your first like nostalgic phase, I think, is probably around when you're about to maybe finish college. And you're like, damn, I remember it was like 2009. And I'm like, damn, I'm getting into all these old albums I used to listen to in high school. Damn, Destroyers Rubies? I haven't heard that shit in 3 years, man. This is a blast from the past. Dueling cyclones, jackknife, take out eyes for your wife. And the blood that lives in her. You know what I'm talking about, Apollo? Quiet Ruby, someone's coming, ta-tang-tang. Approach with stealth, with just your precious American underground. And it is born with wealth, with not a writer in the lot. You know what I'm talking about? Not really, I'm sorry. You'd love it. You'd love Destroyers Rubies, man. You'd love Painter in Your Pocket or some shit. Absolutely, man. It's a great album. I think Kaput might clear. Kaput is like the ultimate vibe album. Not really. I mean, I love Rubies, don't get me wrong. I think Kaput clears, though, man. Kaput is not mid. I was going to call you a pussy. That doesn't make any sense. We're talking about Destroyer. We're all pussies here. Street Hawk? Street Hawk's a little too theater kid for me. Hey, girl, come on and take a whirl in my machine. So go. Oh, don't go. It's still good. I'll still put it on, but it's a little too late. He was unrestrained back then. Kaput has better vibes, but the songwriting isn't as strong. Excuse me? I wrote a song about America. They told me it was clever. Jessica's gone on vacation to the dark side of town forever. Who knew? Who knew? You don't know what you're talking about, man. Chinatown way better. Oh, real original. Track one, side one. What's next? Side one, track one of Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. You guys ever notice it takes a while for companies to start fucking with you, but when they fuck with you, they fuck with you heavy? Like, I applied for a credit card. AMEX didn't give a fuck about me at all. Now I have a credit card. I'm not paying it. They're blowing my fucking phone up. Like, damn, dude. Play hard to get. Like, oh, well. All of a sudden, guess who wants to talk? Guess who wants to talk to me? You weren't fucking with me a year and a half ago. But nah, just in case Kate's watching, I'm just trolling. I got a spam call. But they left a spam voicemail where a robot went, and I thought, popped into my head. You ever notice how companies aren't fucking with you, but when they fuck with you heavy? Jimmy John's hitting me up almost daily. Craziest part is when you got your phone on airplane mode and then like the Starbucks app gives you a notification. Like, bro, there's no internet. The fuck, you got the ads like preloaded on my damn hard drive or something? Hey, Tomo, you can't get in the cords, man. Come here. Come here. Go. Come on, go. Come on. Come on, go. Come on. Come on, get out of here. Come on. McDonald's notification at 4 a.m. in the middle of the woods. I know, it's like, damn, bitch, I'm running away from the Blair Witch. I ain't got time to get a summer chiller. I don't care if it's 2 for $1 right now. I don't care if you got strawberry lemonade refreshers. I'm running from the damn Babadook. All right, we're back with Mosa Lina, but I have to... First, I got to get my cat... Stop, he's nuzzling the power cord. What are you doing? It doesn't even, like, provide any force feedback, man. Here, okay, come here. I'll pick you up. You'll scratch me and run away and then come back a second later. Tomo, come here. Come, I'm not going to pick you up. I would never betray your trust like that. And I thought, I gotcha. Okay, I gotcha. Oh, he's freaking out. Tomo! Come here. Well, why? He's like ears back, but walking towards me. You're sending me mixed messages, man. Whatever. Tell you what. Get deleted, y'all. All right, I've made that mistake probably 100 times. That kind of went crazy, though. What happens if you shoot a cell up at that thing? That's, to be honest with you, that's kind of exactly what I was hoping was going to happen. Oh my god. The knockback, man. Huge. Oh! I didn't know it worked like that. I didn't know it worked like that, man. Oh! Oh. Ghost in the shell ass spider tank type shit. How about, I still gotta figure out what the hell we're doing with Reed. Guys, I might be the best to ever do it. We have to figure out, can we do like a bomb jump or something to get up there? That seems a little dangerous. We only have 2 cells remaining though. Maybe like... Oh, that's no good. Oh! What if we did something like this? Yeah, that didn't really help. Now here's where things get crazy. Doesn't seem great. And yet, here we are. The goat. I don't really know what to do with this. Just start shooting everything you got. Oh! Bouncer. Bouncer's good. I can't believe we didn't beat this level, man. Insane play. I don't care to make it any more complicated than that. I don't care to make it any more complicated than that. Wait, this is a good comment. You think it's fair, given Silksong's success, to hold other indie games to their level of quality and pricing? It feels like the bar has been raised forever. Do you think it's fair to other pissers to take your pants all the way down to your ankles when you piss at the urinal? It feels like your belt line has been lowered forever. Sunflower is interesting. It's like they said, what if we made a gun that doesn't shoot anything useful? Now, you're going to say he doesn't know. Actually, it's like the most useful one in the game. But I call sus on that. You have to bomb jump. It's the only thing that makes sense. You can do it. You can bomb jump a little bit. Double spring box over top. Okay. Then use the blueberry. The blueberry becomes a platform for you. This is huge. This is huge. That's book. We take those then. We take book. I'm thinking like, watch this. What, this might be crazy. Oh, it's not crazy. It's not crazy. It's not crazy at all. It's the way it's done. You use the glove to make a platform for yourself. You don't have to use it to punch. I don't know what I thought that was going to do, if I'm being honest. You gotta admit, though, that's kind of fucking sick. And then... Wait a second. I almost feel like I could at least try something like that. You don't bend the way I was hoping you would bend, but that's not necessarily out of the ordinary. My word. My word. Oh, good job. You deleted the spikes, but you also unfortunately deleted all the platforms that you needed to get up there. Well. Oh! Dude, we almost made it. We almost made it. That's crazy tech. It's the worst part is it's so doable. It's so easy. Oh my god. Which is what makes me sick to my stomach that I can't do it. Trying to do a super read shot is tempting, but we should probably just play it safe. I mean, as safe as that is, I guess. Chill! Dude, this might be the one. We take those. We take those. I was wrong. Sunflower might be the GOAT. It might be the best to ever do it. I see unicycles an option this time, man. That's scary to a guy like me. Take that fruit off the screen. Take that fruit off the screen. Time. Can we just do the same thing? It's kind of what I was hoping for, to be honest with you. Oh, fuck. You can do it, bro. Can't do it. Now, you gotta admit, it's not gonna work, but the fucking trampoline shot was sick. It's interesting how one of the things you have to do to solve, I mean, they're not really puzzles, you get the idea. One of the things you have to do in Mosa Lina is just think in terms of physics and think instead of thinking in terms of video game rules, man. Like, instead of being like, can I do this? You got to be like, how do I make this happen? It's an interesting idea, man. The unicycles, mighty interesting. Bye. Huge. A goat. I'll take that. Nah, man, they gotta remove fly. It's too easy. The fly's too easy with it. Oh, baby. Then, bamboo underneath you? Why is it one piece of bamboo, bro? Doesn't matter. Oh! Nah, man, this... It might be the GOAT. It might be the GOAT. This might be... What's crazy is I said... My first VOD of this is called This Might Be Game of the Year. This shit came out in 2023, man. TF? I run this town. I don't know what to do with the tentacles to get up there, to be honest with you. Okay. Holy shit. Holy shit. Outrageous. Outrage, that could work, that could work. Go the other way! Follow the other way! Fuck you. Mods, find the chatter who said he doesn't know mid-air box tech and ban them. I want them banned. I gotta do a crazy shot with the read now. That's a crazy shot. I got an idea. So first, land on this. Put the box. Tip it over. Jump off the falling leftmost box. Okay, now things get interesting. I was hoping that would work. Mid-air unicycle jump, it's the only way. That's my goat right there. That's my fucking goat. That's no grav. That's not anti-grav. That's no grav. I got an insane idea. This is it. This is my idea. Push this as close to the edge as possible. Games are about experimentation, y'all. And then have this shoot us through the no grav into the portal. It's not pushing against anything, man. It's not pushing against anything. Flip over. Oh shit, that's another way to do it. I mean, we're making it way harder than it needs to be, but some people might say way swagger than it needs to be. This could be a crazy hook, honestly. Well, it's a hell of a shot. That's how you do it then. That's how you do it. Please come up. Please come up. That's huge. Then maybe we could double jump over top of it. Like get it under us. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm the GOAT. 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 I'm the best. I'm the greatest of all time. Me when I die? Yeah, but the tech. The tech, though. What happens if you punch a jellyfish? Doesn't do anything. Alright, this could be swag, though. Swag. Here's my new set, my new strat. Something like that. And then you might as well like do something with a glove, I guess, just to have it out there. And we definitely, I don't think we give a fuck about a jellyfish, man. Ah, okay, no, we're chilling. I think I can easily, oh shit. I can easily... Oh, fuck. It's so hard to do this on the keyboard, man. Shit. There's no way I'm getting up there with a jellyfish. We go no grab mode, and then a jellyfish at the end. Fuck. Insane, insane, insane. No grab goes crazy here. Probably you want it like... That seems perfect to me. Take your boxes back. If this fails, we're gonna shoot a jelly straight down. Ooh. Ooh. He's dead. That's good. That's actually good. That's where I wanted to be. Okay, now maybe the jelly will move into a position where I can platform over the top. Alrighty. Oh! I got an idea. I got an idea. I got an idea, okay? I've got an idea. It's, you just gotta go fast. That one's just never gonna work. Ooh! I know you're gonna say, what now? I don't really have an answer for that. No, jelly. I need to see a jelly. I need to see a jelly. I need to see a jelly. That was the cleanest one so far. The goat. The goat. The goat. The goat. Okay. All right, chill, 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 chill. I was waiting to see how this little box was going to ruin my life. Punch the spikes, for God's sakes. Okay, Sean Connery, let's see, man. Nah, maybe I'll just push it off, actually. Still gotta figure out how the fuck we're gonna get out of here, though. Do we want it? We have 2 gloves left. I'd rather... How many jellies we got in there? Just the one? It gives us verticality. I think I need it. So I'm thinking you go... In hindsight, I wish I hadn't put it so close to the spikes. Oh. Fuck. Oh! Now what the fuck are you gonna do, you fucking idiot? You have nothing, man. You've got no ammo. There's a play. You push the strawberry off the edge, jump on it as it's falling, and then jump onto the tetronimo. Oh my god, I not for a second did I think it would actually work. Not for a second did I think it would work. Oh. We take those. Any day of the week we take those. Holy cow, he's free. You know what's crazy? You guys are all anti-Labubu. Because it's like rampant consumer capitalism. Show me your YouTube subscriptions. I bet you're subscribed to an unbox channel. No? What about when you were 10? Still no YouTube? That's based. Apollo, I don't know if you're still here. And listen, everybody's got their own, you're always on your own journey is the interesting thing about it. But whenever you talk about everything wrong with society and then you say, it's like when I'm on YouTube Shorts and something, I'm like, well, brother, not to be, you have problems with society and yet you still participate in it. But you gotta get off the shorts, man. You gotta get off the shorts. The shorts are for 5-year-olds. That's what you're supposed to do. I got shit to do. Sit your kid down, YouTube, just your YouTube account, not even YouTube Kids, and just pull up YouTube Shorts and let the algorithm raise them, okay? It's not for adults. Adults should be reading books or something. What books are you reading? I read the first chapter of this book on Vancouverism that I put on my coffee table. I keep meaning to read more of it, but you know, life gets in the way. But I ain't replacing that time with YouTube Shorts, let's put it that way. So nothing? I read the first chapter. That was like 38 pages or something. Any nightstand books? I don't read in bed. I honestly don't think you should read in bed. I think you should go to bed in bed. Read World War Z, it's really good. I read it when you were 6, probably. No disrespect. Why don't you think you should read in bed? Bed's for sleeping, bro. I get into bed, I put my earbud in, I take my glasses off, I'm gone till 5:20 in the morning. 5:20 in the morning, I resume being a human being. YouTube told me there would be Expedition 33. Honestly, if you're your age and you're still believing stuff that you see on YouTube, it might be too late for you. You might be cooked, nephew. I hope it's nephew. If it's unk, we got some serious problems. If you're getting incepted into believing shit from YouTube comments, we gotta talk about that, nephew. We gotta talk about that. It was your words? I say a lot of fake shit, like all the time. It's one of my favorite things to do, man. You said it? I say a lot. I say so much fake stuff. And what you're gonna, I know it's not fair. Because what you're gonna say now is, how do I know what's real and what's fake? If what I said is true, then it's real. If what I said is false, then it's fake. I say fake shit all the time. Yeah, I say Nick Drake and Kendrick Lamar are beefing. You're just supposed to know, man. If you don't know, you're just supposed to wait until you do. I'm like, damn, dude, nobody's on Team Drake. That dude wrote Pink Moon. That dude wrote Riverman. That dude wrote Brighter Later, man. Nick Drake won the beef, bro. He did 5 Leaves Left. He did Take a Look, You May See Me in the Ground. I am the parasite who hangs on your skirt. He's saying stuff like that. He was in a Nissan commercial, bro. He's been made. You don't read in bed? Reading in bed is virtuous, but I fall asleep within 3 seconds of putting my head down on the pillow. Lucky? Not really. I'm tired. That's one of my pro tips, is if you're having trouble falling asleep, be tired when you go to bed. The problem is, and you're not gonna like this, it requires you to think about bedtime as soon as you wake up. Because when your alarm goes off, you don't get to snooze that. You have to wake up, because you're like, it's not that I don't want to wake up. I don't want to wake up at 5:20 in the morning, okay? Why do I get up at 5:20 in the morning? So I have to get a little time for myself. But also, if I don't wake up at 5:20 in the morning, I'm not going to be as tired when 9 o'clock p.m. rolls around. If I snooze my alarm and I wake up at 8, my whole morning's going to get fucked up, and then I'm going to go to bed at 9 and be there with my eyes wide open. Like, why am I not tired? Because you didn't begin with the end in mind, brother. If you're like, I have trouble falling asleep, but you're most people that say that, I mean, I'm not arguing insomnia doesn't exist, okay? But I am arguing that most of you don't have it. What you do have is an addiction to Crunchyroll, or at least a compulsion. If you think that you can just get in bed whenever you want, close your eyes, and then go to sleep, that's a superpower. You're asking to become a superhero, a superhuman. That's a superhuman ability to be like, I would like to get 9 hours of sleep right now. I will just close my eyes. If you some people have that. If you have that, shut up. Like, that's incredible. That's amazing. I don't have that. So I begin with the end in mind. I'm a night owl, but society doesn't care. What the hell are you talking about? Society loves night owls, man. Shit at the theater be like doors open at 8 p.m. Yeah, well, eyes close at 9, bro. Eyes close at 9, so I hope the show ain't too long. How am I supposed to schedule a doctor's appointment if I work 9 to 5 and the doctor closes at 4? That is fucked up. I'm with you on that one. What time do you wake up on vacation? 5:15, brother. I don't even care if I'm on EST. I'm beginning with that because I want to fall asleep at 9, man. What time does Kate go to sleep? That's her business, but I will say that sometimes I I get on the bike at 6 in the morning and I borrow her Kitasan Black and it says last active 5 hours ago. And I go, damn, she's getting up to some stuff while I'm sleeping. But that's literally her business. As long as she knocks out what she's got on our combined to-do list, what do I care when she goes to bed and when she wakes up? I do have an idea. That was pretty much how I saw this shit going. You want to see something fucking crazy? Okay, that's insane. That's insane. That was a crazy play. Wow, consistent wake-up time and sleep schedule helps you sleep better. Have you considered publishing this groundbreaking discovery? Well, if people would stop, like, you know, saying they have sleeping problems, but then not doing anything about it, I would shut up. But they don't, man. They're always like, damn. Because I was the same way. Like, when I was like, oh, I have insomnia. I don't know. It just runs in my family. No, the fuck I didn't. I had 9 a.m. class on Thursday, stayed up until 3 in the morning at trivia night at the fucking grad club, hammered out of my mind, worst sleep of my life, slept until like 11 a.m. on Friday, went to my seminar, took a nap in the middle of the day, stayed up till 4 a.m. Saturday morning, woke up at 1 p.m. and then Sunday night I was like, it's 10, I can't seem to get to sleep. What if though? Fuck it. Unbox is your box. Oh shit, so we take those. I mean, curse just, to me, seems to be the greatest perk that you could possibly have. Especially because I can keep it even when I'm out of ammo. You got pomegranates and starfish. Unbox. Read. I think I could possibly balloon twice. Okay, I think I could balloon once, shoot a reed, and pop this thing through the ceiling. Oh, even better, bro. Even better than the real thing. You guys should become boxes. And then I will be leaving this biome as possibly the best to ever do it. If I'm being real with you, possibly the best to ever do it. This is like if Silksong was good. Chibley, do you deal with this in your stream, or like, I don't know, maybe it's maybe you have more normal viewers. It's so annoying, man. I'm not pro Silksong, I'm not anti Silksong. No matter what you do, people are like, this is just like Silksong. Man, shut up. Nobody cares. I can put it in the filter if you want. No, I'm not a puss, but like at the same time. It's crazy. Just insane, man. Here's what I'm thinking. Clamp it. Then move it out the way. Tentacle it. And just smack it. Mission failed. Clamp this one. I got basically no idea what I'm going to do here. Okay. Shoot me up a little. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. What am I gonna... Okay, hold. You need to switch. You got to use shifter here. Oh my god, we're actually gonna make it. That's unbelievable. How is not everybody on Twitch playing this game right now? It seems like it's an unforced error to not be playing this game. Took you 2 years, you tell us. That's what's crazy to me, is that I'm still ahead of the curve, man. Everyone's playing Silksong. They should be playing it, they shouldn't be streaming it. It's kind of boring. Now here's what I'm thinking. If the cocoon has weight, we can jump upside down off of it. Into the fucking portal. Oh. No grab and shifter. They're literally like, just have Luigi beat the level for me. Oh. That's okay. Honestly, we could easily do this with shifter. I want to swag up and do it with my 2 balloons. That's what I'm talking about. If the baby says mama before dada, does that mean you get parent mogged? No. Actually, if you're the dada, you want your baby to say mama first. Because otherwise, it could be a big problem for you. Take it from personal experience. Especially, like, there's no choice for the dad but to be parent mogged for the first year. Because the mom has way more shit to do for the first year. Not a single time did I pump. I never shot milk out of my chest and then fed it to my child, okay? So the first year, you're getting parent mogged all the time, because there's like, if I'm being real with you, dads, maybe not the first year, like the first 10 months-ish, until they start crawling around a lot, the first 10 months, you don't really do that much. I know if you're in that right now, you're like, I'm doing a lot. And you are, but it's gonna get a lot worse. The thing is gonna change, your sleep is gonna improve, which is great, but watching your kid is going to go from like bouncing them with your foot while they're in their baby lounger or whatever to actually having to watch them. Instead of just like playing some shit on your Xbox and then they're like sitting in a chair beside you. That's gonna change. And you can't just leave them somewhere for like a minute when they get older and then come back and expect them to be there. We're at 16 months, I look back on how many diapers I was changing and I thought I was working, but it was really nothing. That's the thing, I mean, we were changing like 12 diapers a day, but I mean, changing a diaper takes like 2 minutes, man, that's nothing. And honestly, the worst diaper is like the first few diapers. After that, you're just like, yeah, more poop. Whatever, good to go, right? That's nothing. Why, Chibli, are you still here? Are tentacles the thing that the internet is fake horniest about? They're gonna say some shit like he doesn't know bad dragon exists or whatever. I know it exists, is you won't shut up about it. But like, it has way more incidence of being just a tentacle than it does of being a dildo. Okay? I'm not saying it's fake. I'm saying the ratio, because everything's real. The ratio of acting like it's always erotic versus simply like morphological is so overstated online. I don't know, I honestly, I'm having a hard time figuring out how to parse the sentence in my head. I think if I had to guess, I bet that in real life, there's 100 times more incidence of foot fetish than tentacle fetish, if I had to guess. I think for every real tentacle fetishy, there's 100 foot fetishies. I don't think it's 1,000,000 times. There's a lot of freaks out there, okay? Not that there's anything wrong with that. I was talking about the foot stuff. The tentacle stuff is chill. You want to come to my graduation in Galesburg next year? Galesburg sounds like it's in Mississippi. I'm going to have to hit you with a no on that one. Also, you're in the 11th grade? So maybe that's not in North America. Maybe that's in the UK. It's like, you got to open the schools, man. It's 12:51 or whatever your time. Maybe it's 3:51. I guess you'd be out of school by then. Could be college. Bro, people don't even invite their parents to their college graduation. By the time you graduate, if you're getting your bachelor's, you like resent that there's a graduation ceremony, man. Now, getting something past that, I understand. Great vibes at university graduation. When you see a dude you've literally never seen before, even though you got the same degree in the same year. It's probably like at least 5% of the people that walked on stage, I was like, I've never seen this motherfucker in my whole life. How is it possible that we lived parallel lives and we never crossed paths for 4 years, man? That's true. I can't imagine, this is just, it's not weird, it's just a different experience. I can't imagine that being the case in high school. Like, my graduating class had like 70 people. I knew everybody. At least I knew one story about everybody at least. But if you went to a high school with like 2,000 people, there must be people in your grade where you're like, I don't know anything about them. I've been pissing off Silksong streamers by chatting that this game boils down to literally just pressing the right button at the right time. Stop trolling streamers for playing what they like, man. It's okay. We don't have any beef with the Silksong streamers. I have beef when Apollo plays Silksong, but that's just because I wanted to play something else. I did not tell you to do that. You're going to get me in trouble. I will say, and like, I respect what you're doing. And the reason I respect it is because I love saying that about Dark Souls as well. People will be like, oh, Dark Souls is hard. Don't they have a button in that game that literally makes you invincible? And then they got to be like, yeah, you have to press it. You have to press it. You have to press it at like almost exactly the right time. But like actually half of the time you can press it and then be like, oh, I don't think I should have pressed it there. And you can just hold it down and then release it half a second later and still get the value out of it. Like, it's goofy, man. It's goofy. Isn't that every game? Buddy, he told you it was bait. He told you it was bait. I'm almost thinking, what if you shot the no grab up? You think you could fly all the way to the top? Might have to tentacle myself up there. Give it a sec. Give it a sec. I was in. I was in the pool. I was in the portal! George Costanza, if he was in Portal. You know the definition of insanity? Oh, are you talking about trying the same thing over and over and expecting different results? That's the type of shit I'd be saying to scientific journals when they ask if I've ever reproduced my data. You ever heard the definition of insanity? Nature magazine? Nah, just trust, bro. You know what was crazy? Is like being a kid in middle school and finding out like the core of the scientific method is publishing your results so that other people can test it and see if it works, and being like, there's no way everybody's doing that shit. That would take too long. And then you go to university and you're like, oh my God, it's crazy that they're doing that shit. That must be so much work. And then you become an adult and you're like, wait, nobody's doing that. They're just pouring through it and going, looks about right, and then putting it in the journal, man. That's crazy. As a university student, I was like, damn, there must be like, Nature magazine must have like 1 million scientists working at it. Because like they get fed a groundbreaking research paper and then they've got to reproduce it before they publish it. They're not doing that, man. They don't have their own Large Hadron Collider, bro. They're just putting that shit out. They're saying trust. I will say, and this, by the way, nothing I just said is a knock on science, okay? If you're a scientist, I have respect for you. Depending on the science, the level of respect changes, but that's just like, I mean, you already knew that. You're in academia, in all likelihood. That being said, my ex-girlfriend's brother-in-law, he's like a really, really good physicist. To the extent that like when, I think he was doing his master's at MIT for some kind of physics that I'm not even smart enough to know what the discipline was. I remember I went to a wedding where he was there, and the whole time he was just fielding questions about whether the Large Hadron Collider would cause a black hole. Okay, so once the doorbell just rang, I gotta go get this. I'll be right back. I'm back. If onion ring, are you picking up? Absolutely, man. As long does the French fry? I think so. I think so, man. Were you watching a tutorial? Low key, that's so funny. Imagine if I came back and I was like, oh, I know what to do. I'll, whoop. Oh, and then you just jump. Oh, I guess you just jump over the top. My bad. I could have done that a long time ago. Here's what I'm thinking. You jump down here, then get ready for this, okay? Oh. It would have been such a good clip, man. Oops. There you go. You need to be on the ascendancy. And then one more for safekeeping. Okay, this is already, it's the most successful attempt we've ever had. I feel like what I want to do is actually like gun up to the top platform and then respawn up there. Now we got a full sweep. I'm thinking step one is just this. I would love to use a tentacle. If I tentacle you, I bet you just fall down and I grab you. Then this should provide safety for us as we... Oh my god, it actually worked. Now all I gotta do is dab. It's the easiest level ever made, man. It's the easiest level ever made. It's that simple. What a game they made. What a game. Mosa Lina. Mosa Lina, what a game. Oh, Jesus. Ooh, okay, you got to admit that was insane. That was really cool. The elevator does not go to the top. Insane. This doesn't seem right. You're gonna make me double clamp it? That's what it's like to be 5'11"? I wouldn't know, bro. I wouldn't know because I'm 5'10". Although they keep moving it, something happened on the conversion from metric to imperial. Because like I was 5'10", and then they measured me metric style, and then I took the metric measurement and put it back into imperial, and it said 5'9". I was like, no shot. You know what that is? Second law of thermodynamics. You lose matter every time you transform matter state. You can't, matter is easily destroyed. That's why we gotta preserve it. You get smaller when you grow older. What does that have to do with me? I will say, it's funny that people have gotten taller. I've probably gotten a little bit shorter. I gotta not play this and talk at the same time for a second. But like, you won't believe it, but it was easy to be like a little tall, or at least average height, in 2004. Like in all of my classes, even through high school, I was like median height. If they put us shortest to tallest up against the wall, I was always like closer to the tallest end just because I was a boy. But like I was getting up there, you know? There were a couple dudes who were like 6 feet or something like that. Maybe one dude who was like 6'2" or something like that. Nowadays, I'll just be walking around town. There'll be like boys in school uniforms who are like 6'3", and I'm like, you're 6'3" in the 9th grade? What's going on? I was your height in the 6th grade? That's crazy. That's insane. It's good for you, but I'm just saying, like, it's a different world, man. GMOs. I will say, I hate the idea that it might be nutrition. But like, because like nutrition was okay when I was a kid. It wasn't like I grew up in the medieval era. But like, I had never heard a parent be like, hey guys, I brought probiotic snacks to the picnic. You know what I mean? They were always just showing up with like potato chips and maybe some cut fruit if you're lucky or something like that. Nowadays, parents show up with like antibiotics to the play date. Women choose taller men to procreate with. Buddy, first off, evolution is not real. Secondly, I have a degree in biology. That shit is true, but it doesn't take 36 years to manifest, bro. It takes like hundreds and thousands of years. That's crazy. I ain't even been alive for 1 generation yet. Didn't even have a molecule of water at school either. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. I felt like a bad dad. I dropped my kid off at school this morning, but I forgot her water bottle. I even told her sadly, I was like, you can tell the teacher that daddy forgot your water bottle. I was asking her all sorts of insane questions. I was like, if you forget your water bottle, they still give you like a cup of water, right? She was like, yeah. In my defense, I was the person who forgot the water bottle, but it's her fault because I'm carrying 100 things out of the house at get to the car time, and then she's like asking me a million questions at the same time. So like it's 1,000,000,000% her fault, just to be clear. Mogged. Look at that. They refused the snack I gave for my kid at daycare because it wasn't nutritious enough. It was goldfish crackers. That's crazy to me. Like, I have to pretend in some of the circles that we're running in, I gotta pretend that I only feed my kid like steroids and protein lattes, but at home, I wouldn't say I'm just feeding her whatever, but we're pretty, I wouldn't say laissez-faire on the nutrition, but we're not militant about it. She can have a little bit of sugar for sure. She can have like the good ice cream. There's nothing wrong with this if you're vegan or vegetarian, but she doesn't have to have the plant-based ice cream just because like we assume that plant-based must be better than dairy, even though we don't know what plant it is. Some plants are more harmful. Castor beans, for example. Give me more of the plant-based ice cream. Oh, the plant it was based on was castor beans. Oh, I'm dead. You're not a free thinker. Fine, I'll die then. Why are you talking like my ex? Librarian, you got divorced? Is this, you're finally finding an opportunity to jettison yourself from the bit, and I'm not gonna let you do it. I'm not gonna let you do it, I'm gonna hold you to it. What happened? Oh my God, no, you guys have been married what? You can have an ex when you're married? I guess that's true. I didn't really think about that. You just talked about your ex 20 minutes ago? I know, I'm obsessed with her. I now genuinely believe Scott Pilgrim had relationships, right? Hey, Airshow D, I genuinely don't know what the hell you're talking about. Because you're talking in online-ese. You're not talking like a normal human being. What does that mean? NL genuinely believes Scott Pilgrim had relationships, right? What does it mean? It was meant to be about having to destroy your exes before you can settle. I think you got to take that one back to the writer's room, my man. Those were Ramona's exes. Wait, yeah, that's a good point. It's been a while since I've seen the movie. He only had the one ex, though. Oh, that's right. I forgot about Allison Pill. My bad, y'all. From Segs Bob-Bomb. So I was trying to make the bit as annoying as possible. I think I haven't seen Scott Pilgrim since I was like 22, and I think I'll keep it that way. I don't think, because I really liked it when I saw it, I don't think there's anything, I don't think there's any hope that I would watch it at 36 and think that it was better than I thought it was at 24 or 22, whatever. I think it's a perfect time to have seen it and then get out. I don't pay much attention to the opinions of Twitch chatters. You know, I was thinking of that. I said that in Justin's chat because he wasn't crashing out. He was complaining about something that streamers often complain about, which is when people who don't know anything about you like tell you what your life is like. He was talking about how annoying it is to deal with people online, and I was like, it's true, but at the same time, it takes like 100 people being mean to you online to be equal to one person honking their horn at you in real life. Like when somebody honks their horn at me, especially if I actually am doing something wrong or something I wasn't really paying as much attention as I should, it bothers me for like an hour, which is so embarrassing. So if you ever see me in real life, just honk your horn at me if you really want to get under my skin. I'll be like, because I'll tell you something that happened. This is for real. I was walking with my daughter this weekend. She was on her scooter. I have her scooter on the sidewalk. She's 4. She's 4 years old, okay? I don't want her scootering on the road. It's a recipe for disaster. So she's on the sidewalk. I'm beside her, behind her, like I'm keeping a roving watch on the sidewalk, right? An older lady gets out of the way. She's got 2 dogs. She gets out of the way of the sidewalk. I'm basically in a full sprint trying to keep up with my daughter. She gets out of the way. As I pass, she goes, "You're welcome." Isn't society so bad? I did a nice thing by getting out of the way for a 4-year-old and nobody gave me any credit for it. And I was like, oh, thank you. But then, because that was just reflex, then I look back, like we were like 3 or 4 sidewalk tiles past at that point, but I looked back and I was about to be like, hey, what did you say? I was gonna like, and I don't ever do that, but I got mad. I got like mad because I was like, she's 4, you idiot. What do you mean you're welcome? But anyway, I said, no, it's not worth it. I'm gonna get over it. And we turned the corner and she was still scootering. And another woman, almost exactly the same age, went, hey, you're awesome. I love your helmet. I love your sunglasses. I love your outfit. I love your scooter. And we went, oh my God, thank you. And then I went, what the fuck is happening? It's like being in Grand Theft Auto, man. I'm getting hit with like NPC dialogue just being outside. I'm part of like a social experiment or something, man. I think Daniel genuinely embodies this. I aspire to genuinely embody it, but it doesn't come naturally to me. I think if that happened to Dan, he would be upset, but he would also be like, you know, imagine what that person's life is like. I have sympathy for them. They must be like miserable. And he has sympathy and is like, I can't be upset about it because their life must suck. I hear that her life must be miserable, and I'm like, should be even worse. You get what you deserve. Maybe your life sucks because you're a bad person, and the universe is balancing that out. Maybe you're not a bad person because the conditions of your life are bad. Maybe the conditions of your life are bad because you're evil. And I think that mine is more fun, and Dan's is more positive. But I think that for both of us, it's just who we are. I think it's just, I wish, I would love to, anytime someone says something insanely rude to me, I would love to be like, oh, I feel so bad for them that something in their life has led them to think that that's the way they should get attention. But actually, I'm like, it should be worse. Your life should be even worse. I do imagine their car exploding. Yeah. And I think that's fine, because I'm not saying I want their car to explode. I'm saying I'm imagining your car exploding. What about baseball, Karen? Kate had to tell me about baseball, Karen. I don't know if this is going to be a popular take, because I already got lambasted for my take on the Coldplay couple. She did, from what Kate told me, she did the wrong thing. She ripped a baseball out of the hands of a little kid, right? That's bad. Depending on your job, I don't think you should be able to be fired for it. That doesn't seem like the sort of thing where you should lose your job over. She did something wrong. She seems like a bad person, but like she wasn't fired. All right, I'm spreading misinformation on the internet. Kate told me she was fired, or maybe she's a precog. You ever think about that? Bet not. Maybe she's a precog and she got the scoop. It's terrorizing a child in a public space. All right, but listen, in the real world, it's just sort of like another day at the ballpark. Let's not be dramatic. Represents the company though. Okay, now do the person on Twitter who said, I just got an internship at NASA, F yeah. And then the dude said, mind your language. And then they said, F you, I'm working at NASA. And they said, well, I'm the director of employment at NASA. I'm the director of rocket ships at NASA, actually. How about that? She's representing NASA, but then, like, you know, they said the F word or whatever. He didn't get her fired, but if he had, they still got the job. -2 internships aren't jobs. Now get me a coffee. I'm liking this Blendo Games Claire de Lune section. I'm going for it, man. I'm going for it. I would do this for 5 hours. Not even knowing there's anything at the end of the rainbow. Wouldn't bother me in the slightest. Desert bus stream when? Honestly, this is a crazy take after what I just said. I watched Ghibli play it. It looks really boring, which is the point, but they have those cookies in the supermarket in Canada that are like pure sugar. Oh, they do. They do. You're talking about the ones that are just like, they're bone white with like icing and maybe some sprinkles on them. I kind of like them, to be honest with you. But honestly, not to be annoying and a hypocrite, but I try not to buy grocery store snacks just because the snacks from bakeries are so much better. And if I'm gonna eat something that's bad for me, I'd rather eat like the best version of it and also maybe eat it a little less often. People will say it's stupid to buy like a croissant from the grocery store when you could, I mean, sorry, let me rephrase. You could buy one croissant from a bakery for like $4.99. You can get a half dozen croissants from the grocery store for like $4.99, or you can get like 12 croissants from Costco for like $6.99. But actually, the bakery is the right decision because your $4.99 croissant from the bakery stacked up against 12 croissants from Costco is minus 3,200 calories. You're not thinking about it. You're not thinking about it right. You're getting a croissant, which is tasty, and you're saving 2,400 calories, bro. That's a huge bargain. For $4.99, that's a crazy bargain. You would be silly not to take that bargain. You buy in bulk and then you share. Are you Dutch? You're acting like I'll buy the Costco croissants and then I'll just ask everybody who comes over to my house for $1.99 per croissant on Venmo. That was Sweden? Sweden doesn't let kids eat food if they're over at their friend's house. We covered that one. Are there high protein croissants yet? I have to tell you, if you're like trying to top tick the protein trend, I honestly think you're too late. I think we're at, or perhaps even a little bit past peak protein. That doesn't mean, next week there's going to be no protein stuff. But I think as soon as Tim Hortons gets in on a food trend, I think it's over. We are due for a carbisance for sure. And that'd be huge for a fellow like me who enjoys eating carbohydrates. There's only 3 macronutrients. Yeah, I know. So, I mean, I don't know, but I don't know what's going to be next. Excuse me? He's the greatest to ever do it? FMK, carbs, fat, protein. Man, they're all good. Let's start with the obvious. They're all good. For all my negativity associated with the overglazing of proteins in the... I'm effing protein. I'm marrying carbs and I'm killing fat. I love a lot of foods that are fat rich. Someone in my Discord said peanut butter is gross this morning. I almost timed them out. But that being said, they made me choose. High protein beer. I'm so sorry to tell you, they already have it. We already came up with this idea and then found out that it already exists and, as expected, sucks really bad. Yes. Oh, okay. Let me mute. It's our first day that our kid has been in school full time since the second week of June. So all the things from the whole summer that we had stacked up that we had to do but could not find time to do landed today. That's why there's moving parts. So all these conversations I've been having with people in the house, man. It's hard for me. It's because then I got to go up sometimes and they're like, how you doing? And I'm like, you heard my innermost thoughts. Before you even saw my face, you've heard my innermost thoughts. But that's every day for a beast like me. I don't know why you spawned a whole bit in my head when you said, damn, Persephone really had that shit on. I was thinking of Titian's Bacchus and Ariadne, and I was like, if you look at the picture, or the painting, I should say, Ariadne is not even like... Bacchus would have been flying the fuck out of his chariot if you saw some of the baddies on Instagram these days. Am I right? Like, she was She's all right. I don't know what the hell was going on in like ancient Greece or whatever, but Bacchus, man, Bacchus would have been losing it. I'm becoming annoyingly like anti-social media, and I'm not making the anti-social media joke, but this is the same as like within 10 minutes of when I had those two interactions with my daughter on the scooter. We were having I was having a coffee at the coffee shop with my daughter having a croissant across the table from me. There was a dog outside of the coffee shop that was tied up, and a lady went into the coffee shop, and then she came out, and she like took a photo of the dog and smiled, and then looked at the photo to make sure the photo was good, and then like walked away. And in my head, I was like, "You, who are you showing that shit to? Don't take photos. Don't take photos anymore." Like, I'm becoming insane. Who cares? Yeah, who cares about, that's what you're saying, right? Who cares about the photo of the dog, man? I didn't say she was the devil for taking a picture. I just said, I told her to F off in my head. And then I follower checked her. And then I follower checked the dog. I think, you know what, other things I'm bullish on for society? I think the group chat, I know the group chat has never really left, but I think the group chat is going to become the dominant form of group socialization online. Or like keeping up with your friends online. Now, I'm a millennial, which means I'm a boomer. But it always weirds me out when I talk about like social media and people are like, I keep up with my friends on Instagram. And I'm like, really? It's like saying you like meet your friends at the store. Like I go to the store to hang out with my friends. I guess that actually is a thing that happens all the time now that I think about it. But that's just ads, man. You're going to the commercials to hang out with your friends. You shouldn't be keeping up with your friends on Insta or Facebook anymore. You should get their phone number and then send them a text like once every 8 months. The text is just NFL trade news. Well, you're kind of, I don't even watch basketball, but you're kind of talking about me. So there's a dad at the school that I'm friends with, and last thing I texted him was in June. So how we feeling about that? He's a Rockets fan. How we feeling about that KD trade? And then he said, feeling great. KD's a stud, and we didn't give up much young talent. And then I long pressed on the message. This is the same thing every time. I long pressed on the message and hit the thumbs up button and then have not sent another message since. But we have talked in person, I don't know, like 5 times since then. The boot is really useful for me to poop on. Here's what I'm thinking, man. Here's the type of stuff that I'm on. How's that for usefulness? What? Alcohol be like, take me to the liver? That's what it's all about, man. That's what it's all about. Is it your liver that has the coolest sounding element of your body? Isn't there something? Is that your liver or your kidneys that have the Isles of Lagerhans? Like, what the hell are they doing with that, man? That's your pancreas. Holy cow. I don't know anything, man. Bro, go up. Oh. Good one. Watch this. Oh. Actually, I think this might be awesome. You just got to start thinking upside down. That was kind of sick, right? That was kind of sick. Good stream today. I'll be back tomorrow. This was what? This was Mosa Lina. Send you over to my wife's stream. I'll be back tomorrow. Maybe we'll try to get some group stuff going, man. We got a real, there's a Twitch YouTube dilemma right now. There's a schism. We need a diet of worms, man. That's the type of shit that birds would be saying too. Birds, the Catholic Church in the year 1200, diet of worms. Know what I'm talking about? The problem is the stuff that they like on Twitch, they're not messing with on YouTube. And the stuff that they like on YouTube, they're not messing with as much on Twitch. Like, on YouTube, they love new Pick 3 games. And so do I. But they hate Mario Party. They're like, I'm sick of Mario Party. I'm sick of you guys talking and having fun and making great jokes about guy who calls it the MNBA, for example. They hate that. Oh, Mario Party again? And they hate a difficult game about climbing. Then on Twitch, when you play a new pick from 3 games, they're like, is this just Slay the Spire but worse? But on YouTube, they're like, yes, great content. New things to look at. Well, I chop vegetables for dinner. Anyway, we'll figure it out, man. For now, I'm going to send you, though. Later. Have you seen Slackers? I don't think I can imagine any other streamer who might have seen it. Have I seen Slackers? What a ridiculous question. I love you, but I hate you, which brings to mind how much I love you. We could have worked things out, you know, in my little room, in my little locked room. I'm sorry that you had to settle for Dave, the one-dimensional man. He's filed under cocksucker in my little black book. Sweetness can rot your teeth. Bittersweet cacophony. And you hold the key. You hold the... You think I don't know every word from Slackers? Devin Sawa, Jason Schwartzman. Kind of insane this information occupies space in your brain. Yeah, no, I agree. I think that sometimes when I hear a song, usually like during a Peloton ride, I'll hear a song that I've literally not heard since like 1998, and I still know like 80% of the words. I'm like, what are you doing in there?